to Legends of the Squared Circle Golden Era Edition. Now, I've been looking forward to this for weeks. Brandon, we are already got 88 people watching, man. How we doing?
Man, it's gonna be fun, man. It's cool. Oh, I dig the Furman shirt. But it's cool to be on the other side of the fence now because I feel like you've kind of been the minority in the last couple ones.
Yeah.
But now you're like in your backyard and we have to kind of like fend for ourselves, I guess, because to no defense of our own, we wasn't around yet at that point. So
right. I lived through it. It was my childhood, so really, really cool. I just I'm gonna put this up, man. This is such a good graphic. I used it in advertisements. So I got a lot of stuff together today. I'll catch you up on it after the show. We're waiting on James. So
I love that graphic though. I feel like it just screams 80s. I like the purple and the neon and all that. Like
it does scream 80s. I love it. I don't know if you saw this or not. I sent you something. I made that for my son's page. Like,
yeah, I've seen that.
I mean, he looked just like him. I mean, he got the little poof ball and everything.
I love that old school WWF logo too. I know we like the Attitude Era like scratch logo, but like that one's cool too, man. Like, I wish there was a way they could bring back the WWF, but obviously for legal reasons they can't.
Well, I remember growing up, I was
They used to be like WWF at one point.
It was WWF, then it was WWF, and then the World Wildlife Foundation sued them because they thought they should have the WWF, and WWF just gave up and changed to WWE because it was lawsuit after lawsuit. But honestly, nobody alive now that's under 30 knows what the World Wildlife Foundation is. They knew what it was, what WWF was, and now they just left it there. Google search would have brought people to their cause, but you don't think in the long term, you think in the short term.
I think they could, but honestly, I like the idea of like bringing it back with just an extra W, what was it? It was Worldwide Wrestling Federation, if I'm not mistaken. They could still do that, and I feel like you could still pull off like, oh man, I don't know. I dig it.
I love it.
I miss it though. I mean, I get like the entertainment part. I get it; it fits, but I don't know. Federation just sounds way better.
It does. It sounds way better than entertainment. Well, I mean, I had another.
Unless you got a talking point graphic or something.
It was. Here, check this out. I had another talking point I was going to do maybe after. I don't know if maybe
I sent you that other one. We could always talk about that one.
Check that out. We can talk about that. I don't even have to upload it, but we can talk about it.
What? Oh, you talking about that graphic?
The one I just sent you.
Okay, let me see.
So we have over 100 people watching, man. I appreciate all of y'all.
Ooh, that's actually a pretty cool matchup.
Is it not?
So AJ and Bret Hart in a steel cage.
Now you got to climb out to win.
So you can't pin. You have to climb out or get out of the door.
Correct.
Man, that's tough.
That's
because they're two contrasting styles, but they're both like really well rounded. In my opinion, like you got Bret, who's the tactician, the technician, just gritty, in your face, willing to do whatever it takes. But then you got AJ, who can do everything, high flying, like it just. I don't know, man. That's tough. You want to go AJ Styles there, but I don't want to just look off a recency bias. I probably would say Bret, man. Like, although AJ is very versatile, I just think Bret I think he just got that extra mile in him. I think he could go go the full 9 yards.
So AJ Styles, high flying, climb the cage really quick and all that. You would think that would be the first place you go. But I mean, if you really think about prime Bret Hart, like he fucked people up, man. It was crazy. Like he was malicious and intentions. I'm going with Bret Hart here as well. And this isn't an old school bias for me. It's just who Bret Hart was. I would really like to also see that between Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's a match that we never Prime 8. What's up, man? What's going on? What's up, Brett?
Prime.
Like, them two in their prime, like Prime AJ and Prime HBK would be like that would be crazy.
Yeah, I'm talking about TNA AJ.
Oh yeah, TNA AJ, and then let's say like whether it be like Attitude Era Shawn or even when he came back, like that could have been a banger.
Yeah, it would have been the best.
Because they're like when I think of like the most well-rounded guys, like in ring wise, I feel like those two are like at the top of the conversation. They can do anything you need them to do. They can sell it all. They can do it all. Like those guys are definitely in a top 5 if you're looking like most well-rounded in the ring, in my opinion.
I agree. Looking some more. All right. So if you want, we can go ahead and get started, and then James can catch up when he gets on.
We can if you want.
I know we know it's got James going on, what James has going on in his personal life right now, and it's a lot he's trying to get done in a short period of time. I know he's ready to do it, so there's no telling what he's doing right now, to be honest with you. He did mention to us today what he was going through, and I'm happy for him. I really
Me too.
And you know, I wouldn't want to go live in that city. He said, I'm not going to tell you where he's going to live, but
hey, if anybody could do it, he can.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about him. I'm just saying I want to do it.
He's the double champ, bro. He'll be just fine.
Double champ. He's like 6'5", 280 as well.
Dude's big as, oh my god. God damn, dude. Like,
yeah, he's a big boy.
Big corn-fed boy.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's just walking through, man. People be ducking in dark alleys. All right.
All right.
You want to start us off with the first one?
So just like always in these deep dives, we have 5 best topics and we have 5 worst topics. We're going to start the best character of the golden era. Now, I went back and forth with this. Anybody in their right mind is going to say Hogan just because of how much he revolutionized the game, but I'm not going to go there. I've got a 1A and a 1B. Both of these guys, really cool, really good at promos, really good at segments, just good in the ring. And my 1A, I've got Randy Savage. You can't ever go wrong with Randy Savage, man. Like, could sell it all. Some of the best matches ever. He was always involved in them. I love his characters. Just very like a over-the-top character, but just a badass, dude. Randy Savage would mess you up. He don't care, bro. And don't get in between him and Miss Elizabeth either. Like that's smoke, bro. You don't want that. But if I got 1B, I gotta go Ted DiBiase. I like Ted DiBiase's character. I love what he was able to do. I feel like they could have really pushed him a bit more, honestly.
Yeah.
And I feel like how, like you said, his character, I feel like could have transcended even that era. Like, had he not jumped ship to WCW and been like a manager there, he could have fit right in the Attitude Era, in my opinion. I really like what he contributed. Just being the ultimate bad guy, but still really likable. Got the $1 million belt, always stirring the freaking pot with everybody. I got to go DiBiase and Savage.
I have 1B and 1A as well. 1B, I have Yokozuna.
Okay.
You know, very, very big in that time. People don't realize how big he really was. Winning titles. I mean, he could fly off the top rope too. Like, make no mistake, that big boy could move.
That dude's big, bro.
Yeah, he was huge and he can move. I mean, just a fantastic character. They capitalized on because like Japanese American relations were really big at the time. You had movies like Jean-Claude Van Damme. You had Brandon Lee following in his dad's footsteps. I mean, it was a big time for that era, so it was a really cool thing. 1A, and you can say what you want, but I mean, it's Hulk Hogan. I appreciate the two people you said because I love them and I don't disagree with how big of stars they were because you know how much I love the $1 Million Man, one of my favorite characters of all time. But it's Hogan. Whether you like him or not, he is the biggest star, best character of the golden era. He made wrestling what it is today. It was a dying industry until Hulkamania started appearing in movies and doing all this stuff. And then he transitioned to the Attitude Era so flawlessly as evil Hulk Hogan. And then when it went to the new generation, he flawlessly transitioned back and won titles in all the eras. It's Hulk Hogan. and it's
Yeah.
not even close, to be honest.
Yeah, and I can't argue that. I guess I just wanted to take a different perspective, I guess. But I mean, obviously, he kind of helped. He helped pave the way for everything else. I mean, you can't really go wrong.
Right. I mean, gosh, man, like as much as I liked Hollywood Hogan, the Yellow Hogan, I did not like so much.
I liked Yellow Hogan when he came back.
Me too.
Because I just felt like he was really relatable. And obviously, he had the theme song that you really liked. The Voodoo Child theme song was really cool. I don't know what it was though. He was just badass when he came back. Like I really liked it. Him getting a run with the WWE title, he getting runs with the tag titles with Edge. And the way he flipped to face was really cool. Like it was a really cool time.
You ready?
Rocking up a quick deep tops on that Z. I was passing you, swerving with you on the passenger side. Shorty, let's ride. Rims still spinning, so shorty, let's glide. She asking me why I don't get
the man of the hour,
James.
Sir, what's going on? Shut up, Pickle Rick.
So StreamYard wouldn't let me start earlier. It was really crazy. So Brandon, I don't know if we told you this story yet. So the other day we're doing No Mercy Sports, and I'm coming home. So James finally messaged me. He's like, "Hey, it's time for the conference championships. You want to jump on?" I was like, "Yeah, cool." So I jumped on, man. Soon as I got on, like maybe 5 seconds later, he played the outro.
Bro, I kid you not. Like, I had nothing to do with it.
Dang, bro.
Scripted. You couldn't have scripted anything better. I promise you, I had nothing to do with it.
Hey, James, say you didn't want him on the show without saying you didn't want him on the show.
That's what I was thinking.
Dang, bro.
I wanted this dude on the show.
He
trying to
get you a strike before you even start, bro. He trying to get you a strike.
He's like, Andrew wants to get on the show. I got him. I sent him less than 5 minutes before we clear out. I mean,
bro, it ain't like that, my man. I promise you, it ain't like that.
No, we did like a 30-minute show after that had a lot of views. That 30-minute show went up to like 250 people.
I was gonna say, I want to say like averaging 150.
It was real. It was really funny. It's hard to explain because like as soon as I got on, he played the outro, and I'm like, so I'm messaging him.
I bet.
I'm like, me off. He's like, I'm literally just sitting here staring at the screen, wondering what went wrong.
Bro, I'm like, no, this cannot be happening. This cannot be happening. I do not want this. I want to make the conference championship predictions, and then we'll go into the closing outro.
Hey, look, first show ended up hitting 8,000. Second show ended up hitting 3. So you're looking at 11,000 for your show.
Good job. Very good job.
I mean, so we're right at you. You only missed the first one. You didn't miss it. You just happened to go last this time. Best character of the Golden Era. We're on the first one. Good timing.
Ooh, woo! Man, oh man. So there's a lot of people that really helped the Golden Era, like, at least stay within shouting distance of the WCW and everything like that. But man, I gotta round it down to a 1A and 1B. And hey, if it ain't 1A, if it ain't 1B, it's more than likely 1A. So 1A, I got Stone Cold Steve Austin. And yes, if you look back at it, he was coming up during the Golden Era. But it was also when Bret Hart was the main guy of the second half of the Golden Era.
But that sounds like the new generation. That sounds like new generation.
So for Golden Era overall, I got Hulk Hogan.
Okay. Yeah, so it would have been stunning. He was there, but he was stunning Steve Austin in WCW. Yes.
Oh, that's it. I'm like, was he stunning Steve Austin? Yeah. Was he the ringmaster? I mean, he was going through a lot of gimmicks before, he went to Vince and he said, "Hey, I want to take a gamble on myself."
Yeah. So, yeah, no, that was New Japan. But, yeah, Stunning Steve was a badass character in ECW and WCW. But, Hulk Hogan, man, I couldn't agree more. That's what I said. Hulk Hogan, shout out to the 200 people watching right now, for real. I appreciate y'all, man.
Hey, Pickle Rick loves y'all, man.
I have to get an inanimate object too. I feel like James all the heat. You know what I'm saying? Look at my helmet. Yeah, that's a Gamecock baseball helmet.
He's like,
Hey, let's go. That's still good, man.
I gotta go get an enemy object.
I got my light switch, bro.
Love it.
All right. So next, I'm sorry, subliminal messages. Yeah. All right. So next one.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on to best match. I almost said best bet match. Best match. Best match. The Golden Era has some really good matches, man. But I've got to go with my favorite, man, Savage and Steamboat at Mania 3, man. That was a freaking instant classic for the IC title.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. That was a great one. One of the most famous matches of all time, to be honest with you. Just phenomenal. James.
No, I mean, look, I'm gonna have to agree with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Macho Man Randy Savage at WrestleMania. I mean, look, when you watch the A&E biography of, I want to say, Randy Savage and the amount of work that he put in, and even Ricky Steamboat was like, yo, we had about 5, at best, 10 pages of lawyer-led notes. How the match is going to go down, and we start off at this point in the match and just go from there. But for 1B, it was a really shifting of the tide. It was Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret Hart in the submission match, and it was really moving on from the Golden Era to the Attitude Era, because Bret Hart was getting booed out of that arena, mind you. But Stone Cold Steve Austin tap out.
Well, we got to do it. We got to do a New Gen Era.
Well, we can do New Gen next week, probably.
Hey, works for me.
So that was definitely New Gen, but 1A and 1B for me. So 1B, I've got the very first Royal Rumble, 1988.
Big John Studd.
Well, actually, Hacksaw Jim Duggan won it.
Oh, that's true.
So a lot of people forget, like, that was the birth of the best wrestling event of the year, in my opinion. And it became so large that the winner of this event main events WrestleMania. That's how big this was. That was a huge deal and a huge match. They took a big chance, and it was wildly successful. But 1A, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant. Like, I understand Steamboat and Flair. I mean, I understand all that, but what that match was, what that match meant, when Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant, that epitomized the Golden Era. That was the match that put Hulk Hogan over. So for me, Hogan Andre, definitely fantastic match.
Cool deal.
Good pick.
Next, we're moving on to best segment. Now, I have a 1A and 1B, but one of them I'm kind of teetering. I don't know if it falls into one category or the next. So I'm just going to spill the beans on that one. When the Rockers broke up, that isn't considered New Generation. That's still like Golden Era, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Correct. Golden Era.
Okay, so 1B is going to be with the Rockers breaking up, dude. That segment was so cool because there's all this tension going on, and just when you think Shawn Michaels is going to be, all right, cool, like, we're cool, they shake hands, woo, and then kicks Homie in the face, and then proceeds to throw Mr. Jannetty straight through the glass, man. Like, the emotion, and be like, damn, well, he's going on his own now. He don't want to be a tag team wrestler anymore. Really?
Hey, the second greatest heel turn in wrestling history.
I agree.
It's definitely up there.
Yeah, behind Hogan, I agree.
Yeah.
And then my other one, man, you got the lust in your eyes, Hogan.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Oh, was that the backstage segment with Macho Man and
you got Elizabeth lust in your eyes for Elizabeth.
Hey, you want to take me one-on-one? I'll put in you 1, 2, 3, no problem. Elizabeth, talk some sense into him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was a classic, man. One of my favorite segments of the Golden Era as well. What do you have, James?
I mean, man, I really I really feel like the picks that I have with Stone Cold Steve Austin are in the later years of the Golden Era. But for right now, I got his King of the Ring segment when he won King of the Ring. But at the same time, it's really hard to beat Shawn Michaels betraying Marty Jannetty and throwing him through that glass window. I mean, like I said, one of, if not the greatest heel turns of all time. And oh my God, like even Marty Jannetty was like, "Yeah, do your thing, man. You're better than I am."
It's timeless. Like, it just feels like a time capsule when you watch. You feel you get sucked back to that time.
Oh, for sure.
I do. Y'all don't. you're already going straight through with your new gen era stuff, bro. We ain't even made it through. What you doing? So 1B for me is Cocaine, Hogan, and Macho backstage segment. And if you know what I'm talking about,
oh, the Mega Powers forming.
Yeah, I was.
Wow, I really thought you were going in the direction of the Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man. Man, those two dudes were coked out of their fucking minds.
Make no mistake, Hogan was coked out of his mind too. Watch that segment.
Very true.
Like that is 1B. That's
the 80s for you, bro.
It was.
Show.
That's the 80s.
Is Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty in the barbershop. That was a pretty clean sweep there. I like that. For me, that was the moment I remember the most. That was the day that my favorite wrestler was born. I remember watching. I was like, cool. I like this guy. And I'm 43 now. I was probably 7 at that point, and he is still my favorite wrestler. He became my favorite wrestler that day, and he still is to this moment. Because when he had that heel turn, he had this little swag about him, or whatever you want to say. Man, he just kicked him and threw him through there, chewed his little gum, walked off set.
Bro, I mean, the leather jacket that he was wearing even gave it away.
Definitely. I love it. Brandon, you ready for the next one?
Yeah, next one's gonna be best storyline. Honestly, the Mega Powers is one of my favorites. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I just like the contrasting characters and the fact that they were like best of friends, and now it's like they're just this big conflict in between them. I mean, it felt like such a real life thing for the fact that man, there was a woman involved, bro. It's easy to relate to, and it just felt like so much tension. It's just, oh yeah, you like this? I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
that's. It's either that or Hogan and Andre. Like, I feel like that's like those are my two. I can see that.
All right, James, what you got? First of all, I love both of those.
So, side note, I'm gonna go back to the best match when I had Austin versus Hart at WrestleMania. The one match I forgot to include was the ladder match between Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon. I mean, at the time, you never saw anything like it. Oh my God.
Yeah, fantastic match. Definitely in my top 3 of the Golden Era.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, best storyline, I'm going to have to go with Hogan and Randy Savage. I mean, look, they started off as best friends, forming the Mega Powers and everything like that. And then, it gets leaked out of Miss Elizabeth is saying that Randy is jealous. He's doing this, he's doing that, so on and so forth. That to the point where she goes down to where Hogan is. And then Randy finds out where she is, and he jumped to a conclusion where it was like, bro, like, how are you not in better shape than you are jumping to a conclusion like that?
So that was a very good one. For me, the best storyline was Hulk Hogan and Sergeant Slaughter. So when Sergeant Slaughter was the world champion, he turned. It was during the first Gulf War before you guys were born. It was a big deal. It was all over CNN. It was. It's hard to explain how large that was, larger than life conflict for America, especially.
I might get kicked off the show when it comes to the worst of the Golden Era. I'm just saying.
It'll be all right. So he turned and joins allegedly Saddam Hussein and takes the world title, and the real American Hulk Hogan has to come take it back. Best storyline there was, man, because you felt it, especially as a kid. You got all this patriotism going on, and yeah, it was. When he beat him, man, that shit was cool. That's mine.
The 80s were a good time, bro.
Yeah, they were.
And the last one for the best section is gonna be best theme song of the Golden Era. Now I got a 3 tier. It's not 1 A, B. I got 3.
Ooh,
So,
okay.
It was hard for me. It was picking straws with these 3. So 1C, I got Demolition. Demolition had a really cool freaking theme song back in the day.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I got Demolition. I really love Dusty Rhodes' theme song. It's classic. It just epitomizes like him as a character. And I got the old school Heart Foundation theme song, bro. Like I liked it. It's a variation of Brett's, but it's still real catchy. I really liked it, and you knew exactly what you were gonna get. The Heart Foundation was really good in that era.
I got you. What? I like all those, by the way. What you got, James?
Man, oh man, I don't know what it is when it gets brought up. Like, just so many things come rushing back. I got a 3 tier as well. So at 1C, I'm gonna have to go with the Legion of Doom. Like the second that you heard "What a Rush," it was like, oh shit, it's on.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I remember it.
Yeah, 1B. No disrespect. I mean, you know, I know you consider him the greatest of all time. I got Shawn Michaels, sexy boy, man. But 1A, oh, man, it's hard to beat it because he came out so fired up to the point where you wanted to run through a brick wall.
Warrior.
1A, I got to go with Hulk Hogan.
Oh. I thought you were about to say Warrior for a second. I'm like, oh, you want to shake the ropes, huh, bro?
Oh, yeah, that's a definite top 5 for sure.
So
for sure.
Y'all are crazy. That's crazy. We did not hear any of this before. I also have 3. So
wow, there's no. Anybody watching? There's no coercion here. Every single topic we had the exact same amount of picks. That's not scripted, bro. That's straight like
it is
crazy. Yeah, Bulldog was cool.
Ooh,
hey,
Terry, good one.
Barry Horowitz with his self back pat. But number 3, I got Real American by Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
As soon as you heard that, you knew that the biggest star in the world was coming out. Number 2, I got Bret Hart. Not the Hart Foundation, Bret Hart itself. When that guitar riff hit, like you knew, because like I hated Bret Hart, right? Because I'm a Shawn Michaels guy. So when I was like, ah,
you're like, it sounds dope though.
You can't beat that. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was cool as shit, but I hated him. Number 1 in the Golden Era was the birth of Sexy Boy that Shawn Michaels sung himself, and Sensational Sherry did the female vocals in it. It was really fucking cool, man. Sexy Boy number 1 all day long. It's my favorite theme song ever, but it was born right then in the Golden Era when he was doing it himself. Sensational Sherry was it was fantastic, bro. It was great.
When you said how people would react to Bret, I think about that freaking Rumble with Austin sitting on the top turnbuckle and Bret's freaking theme song hits, and he's like, "Oh no!" Yeah. That's what I thought of when you said that. He's like, "Oh damn, no!"
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what it's all about right there.
So we oh man, we didn't. Okay, we want to take a commercial break in between best and worst then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you still got to play that Golden Era video too, anyway. So we might as well.
All right, you're watching Legends of the Squared Circle only on the Villain Media Network.
what you call me?
Slapnut.
You know who you're talking to?
Yeah, you, Slapnut.
It's Mr. Flatnut to you.
Yeah, Psycho Sid did have a good one. Every time he came in, yes.
Well, I mean, unless you were the main character in the movie, Psycho.
Mr. Perfect had a good one too, though. Mr. Perfect did have a dun 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 dun. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Almost my top 3, but I couldn't.
His Titantron was really cool too. He's freaking sitting there hitting the ball, throwing it, and going catch it, and like all kinds of crazy. Yep. It was cool.
I just can't leave out Real American in the top 3 to me. Only Brandon can strike one. So I
want it to be different. I love that song. I listen to it quite often. I don't know why I didn't put it there.
It happened. So the worst. By the way, shout out to the 219 people watching right now.
That's what I'm talking about. So like every other era we've
Each
had,
and every one of y'all.
Yep. Like every other era we've had, they've had a lot of good, but every era's had a lot of bad too. Now this one, a little bit more than some of the other ones, but we're going back to the worst. And the first worst category is the worst character of the golden era. Now you got all kinds of crazy characters, really good ones, really bad ones. I got Giant Gonzalez as the worst character, in my opinion.
So he was a very bad character.
Yeah, that 8-foot tall dude that Undertaker took on at WrestleMania, right?
Yeah, and he kept hitting the dude in his freaking neck after he kept telling him, stop hitting me in the neck and hit me on my back. He freaking Taker freaking punched the hell out of him. He's like, dude, you don't freaking listen.
He was a terrible character. Terrible
wrestler, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100% terrible. What you got, James?
Oh, boy. Well, I mean, I got a 1A and a 1B for this one. I mean, look, when it came to when Hulk Hogan went to the competition of WCW, it really seemed like Vince was trying too hard to be like, you know, hey, we want an all-American guy that we can replace him with. And they tried so hard. But it seemed as though all-American Lex Luger couldn't get over, you know? Because he just wasn't on the stature of Hulk Hogan.
James, I actually liked the American Lex Luger. I thought he was a good character.
I like the Narcissist too.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, but look, when you compare him to Hulk Hogan, like when it comes to stature, it's like it's not even close. Hulk Hogan was head and shoulders above him.
That's not fair.
We need to have a button for crazy talk. So every time something happens, like
dude, if you compare Hulk Hogan to anybody, you're going to get the same answer as you just put with Lex Luger.
Yeah. But no, for real, 1A, I got Giant Gonzalez as well. I mean, look, 8 feet tall, and look, Big Show had a better move set when he was in WCW when you compare him to Giant Gonzalez.
Just big for nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
The Giant had a pretty decent move set, was decent on the mic. That was the difference in him than him because they didn't speak on the mic, Giant Gonzalez, at all. He said, that one. And then he walked. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just like,
Terrible.
He was a golden era version of the Great Khali.
I would take Great Khali over him, though.
Yeah, I would too. Roddy Piper was also great. Top 5.
Repo Man.
Hey, the Repo Man was cool. Red Rooster was real cool, man.
Yeah, that was what was his name before that? He was actually a good wrestler outside of that. I'm forgetting what his actual wrestler name was, but he was good. Oh, I forgot his name.
Terry.
Oh yeah, it's Terry. Oh, what is his freaking name? I have to know. Terry. It's not Terry Taylor. It's hold up. Terry. Yeah, it is Terry Taylor.
Yeah. Love you. Do you need anything else?
No, that'll be it. Thank you. All right, so for 1B, I'd also have my whole mind just stopped. Giant Gonzalez. he was not the worst. He was not the worst. The worst was Bastion Booger. This was the worst I've ever seen in my life, bro. Like this guy. Terry agrees. Not honorable mention. The worst. He had a good moveset, but he had a terrible character because this is worst character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but keep in mind of who's in charge of the Golden Era, though.
The Golden Era was really cool, but that was really bad.
Yeah. But again, Vince was the main guy in charge.
Vince liked cartoon character type deal.
He
overdid it.
Yeah.
Overdid it. That's why they had to change because they were losing. They were about to freaking go out of business because they couldn't freaking adjust.
Exactly.
All right. So everybody, okay, so everybody did worst character. So next is gonna be the worst booking decision. Now this one might not be up there with like the absolute worst, but like I feel like they did this guy a real disservice when they changed Dusty Rhodes to Polka Dot Dusty Rhodes. Like I feel like he was a really good character, especially in WCW, and I just feel like you made him goofy. Like Dusty Rhodes, like he was funny, but like I feel like you still could have used him in a much better and a much bigger role. Like I feel like it was a disservice to him, in my opinion.
I gotcha. That I could see why you would think that was a bad booking decision. They could have used Dusty so much better in a bunch of places, in my opinion. So I won't disagree with that. What about you, James?
I mean, man, it's hard to argue with Dusty Rhodes, you know, him going to Polka Dot, the American Dream, but he looks like Vince did, a freaking cartoon character going into the ring. I mean, you might as well shut me off for this one, but I'm going to say Hulk Hogan beating Yokozuna at WrestleMania. Because, look, Yokozuna wins the WWE Championship. Hulk Hogan has to come out, get Bret Hart's blessing to be like, hey, are you okay with me beating this guy for the WWE Championship? And it's like, bro.
And that was my 1B too. I agree.
Yeah, at this point, tell me that you're riding Vince without telling me you're riding Vince.
Like that was crazy because man, they took the strap off of Bret just to do that. And I was like, dude, like what the hell? Like,
I mean, hell, even Yokozuna had a longer championship reign than Drew McIntyre did.
I mean, that was bad. That's definitely number 2 for me.
Okay.
Because when he came out and he had a black eye and he took the whole thing was just weird. But number 1 for me is Warrior beating Hogan. He was a terrible wrestler, terrible on the mic. He comes out there, his finishing move is like a splash from ground level, and that's supposed to beat Hulk Hogan. I didn't believe it.
I mean, look, I know Hulk has a leg drop and everything like that, and you know, it's like, but the Warrior having the splash drop, it's like, yeah, no, like, what are you doing, dude?
The decision was so bad. He had to turn around and put the strap back on Hogan at the next pay-per-view.
Yep.
He couldn't even have a year run.
Yeah.
So, it was that bad, yeah.
Cool. Let's move on to the third. It's going to be the worst faction. Now, this one I didn't find like that's not that factions weren't a thing, but I don't find there were as many bad ones in this time. Now, I'm going to piggyback on a point that Andrew had earlier about Slaughter with the Iraqi turn. That was good, but there was a bad part to that too, and that's the Triangle of Terror. They made a 3-person faction with him, and it went absolutely nowhere.
I'm not alone. Holy shit!
Is that yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Triangle of Terror is mine as well. I mean, look, you have Sergeant Slaughter, who's supposed to be this like drill sergeant, American homemade kind of dude that's like somewhat in the echelon of Hulk Hogan, but he's not quite there yet. And then on top of that, you make him join forces with like what's going on in today's current events because you want to make money. Get the fuck out of here, Vince.
I mean, I wasn't my point was I wasn't mad about the turn. Like I agree with Andrew that the turn and all that was a really like the storyline was good. My thing was like that faction was just kind of trash, and like I feel like they kind of like it didn't like help what he was doing, in my opinion.
No, for sure.
So for me, and y'all can say what you want, but I lived it. Demolition.
Yeah, that one was bad.
Okay.
That faction was bad. The tag team good faction.
They had 3 people now, and one of them was Crush. It would later on be Brian Adams, and terrible. 300 people watching right now. 300. So I appreciate y'all. So yeah, give me Demolition. Terrible faction. To try and tear, at least they had the world title with them for a short period. So the Eagle at that. Yeah, that's where I'm going. Demolition, terrible.
Cool. So we're gonna move on to our fourth, the worst wrestler of this era. I've got the Ultimate Warrior, bro. It's a similar comparison to how James would put like best character Goldberg, but worst wrestler Goldberg. Warrior was very limited. And going piggyback on what Andrew said, to put a guy like that over on Hogan, I think was a horrible decision. Yeah, he's really over with the crowd, but he couldn't entertain you in the ring. It would just be a dud.
Yeah, I mean, look, he had the entrance. He had he was essentially Batista if Batista couldn't wrestle.
So yeah, I couldn't agree more. Ultimate Warrior was a terrible wrestler.
He didn't even like it. He didn't even want to do it. He didn't even have like that's what made it worse.
No, he just wanted to bodybuild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And make money.
Yeah. And do steroids.
Mm-hmm.
But no, for me, the worst wrestler for the Golden Era, I'm only saying this to piss off a certain person. Jimmy Superfly Snuka, baby.
He's the GOAT. We already talked about the other GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's the okay, I need to make a graphic for that. And we have every episode. He's the freaking GOAT. He's the GOAT. I'm gonna make a graphic.
But no, real talk. Hey, give me the Ultimate Warrior any day of the week. I mean, look, he had the entrance, he had the hype up and everything like that. But I mean, look, it was like Goldberg. You know, you have the explosiveness, but at the same time, it's like, bro, if you were put in the ring with Bret Hart, you would be literally embarrassed.
I just feel like I'd rather Goldberg at that point.
Yeah.
I would definitely take Goldberg over the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know Goldberg ended Bret Hart's career, but at the same time, Goldberg versus Bret Hart, with Bret Hart in his prime, yeah, give me that match any day of the week.
At least Goldberg's moves looked like they were impactful.
Yes, what I'm saying. At least you're like, damn, like you a kid, you're like, oh shit, like he just did that. Oh, at least the jackhammer. Hey, at least the jackhammer is a cool finisher. The freaking Warrior's got a damn splash. The jackhammer's a good finisher, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, give me the jackhammer any day of the week over the fucking splash.
Man, the Bushwhackers were pretty bad.
With the freaking
yeah.
Oh.
They were originally called something else. I can't remember.
Yeah, they had another name, but it's kind of I'm drawing a blank.
It was kind of redneckish, like the Skinners or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Tell me you're really white without telling me you're really white.
Right, yeah.
Tell me you country without telling me you country.
Yes. So for me, Warrior would be 1B. There was one that was worse than him, and I love the dude, and I love the movie Friday so much, but Zeus.
Yeah, I was gonna put him on there. I wanted to see if one of y'all would though.
He had 0 moves. 0. He's
Friday.
He had a choke, is what he had, and then he got beat up and lost. And it was a big build up to this too. It was such a big deal, Hogan versus Zeus, that they made a fucking movie about it. He main
evented a pay-per-view or two with him too. Which
yes,
was like,
he did.
Wow.
Yeah, they were Australian. Yes, he main evented a paper, and they built it up so much that they did a movie in between the storyline called No Holds Barred, where Zeus was the bad guy and Hogan was the good guy, and it
It
was
was bad.
man, he had no moves. He couldn't even do a splash. But I love Friday. Hey, Ludwig Borga.
Wait, the Ice Cube movie?
Yeah, Friday.
Friday, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Debo played Zeus.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah,
Hey, look, I'm sorry. Hey, the more you know.
right.
Hey,
Oh,
I love it.
man.
I love it. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. You gonna cry in the car.
Yeah, that movie was great.
And we come to our last topic of the worst section, the worst storyline. On paper, this seems like it would be a cool storyline. Two contrasting characters, one that's already eclipsed like peak at the time, and the other one's kind of a newcomer coming up. Hogan and Undertaker in 91 have really failed. Like, they just dropped the ball, in my opinion.
I don't think it was a good one. I don't think it's the worst. But I have more scope than y'all do too. Because I watched them all. Like when you guys went back and watched it, you probably watched it out of turn and you know what I mean? So it was a bad one. They could have made it really good, Hogan and Undertaker, and they did misuse it. I don't think it's the worst. What the one I had, in my opinion, is way worse. That was just a bad one because you had a chance to really put Taker over early in his career and you didn't do it.
That was my perspective. That was my perspective. Not necessarily that it was really bad, just how bad they dropped the ball. Like, I feel like you had a lot of potential there and they just didn't execute it.
Yeah. What about you, James?
So keep in mind, this is because I watched the Mr. McMahon documentary and everything like that, and what he was talking about with current events and everything. But I'm gonna have to say, Sergeant Slaughter becomes the Iraqi sympathizer. Like, the fuck is that even about?
Crazy talk.
Like, bro. You have a wrestler who is in a gimmick of like, oh, America this, America that. I'm a drill sergeant. Oh, but because of what's going on in the fucking current events with Iraq and USA, we're gonna make sure that you turn heel and become an Iraqi sympathizer. What? In what universe does that make sense?
James, you should have adjusted, partner. You knew you was going to get some pushback for that.
Hey, look, I'm sorry, but I ain't sorry.
We are on Crazy Talk level 5. Like, what the heck was that? That was the best storyline of the Golden Era.
Oh, Paul.
You just heard me tell you my best storyline of the Golden Era.
So it's okay for Vince to push Hulk Hogan because he's an American hero and the crowd goes nuts when he beats the Iron Sheik. But it's bad when you have a fucking drill sergeant gimmick wrestler and he becomes an Iraqi sympathizer because of Operation Desert Storm. Get the fuck out of here.
Chris, is that you?
Look, let me tell you what. Wrestling, you talk about heel turns. This is one of the greatest heel turns of all time because Sergeant Slaughter was on the beloved kids cartoon G.I. Joe. It was a real American hero. And then he turned evil and went to the Iraqis. Like, that's a good heel turn. That's a good storyline. And then
it is a good heel turn, but come on, you know, even Vince himself was like, "Yo, we got to make sure that a American blood winning person wins the WWE Championship," and you go to Hulk Hogan.
Oh, hey, this comment here, bro. You remember that, James? That dude got clotheslined out the second he got in the ring.
Dude,
fuck, I actually remember that. Holy
crazy
shit.
Talk level 99, man. That was the best storyline.
Hey, look, I actually have better reasons behind my logic than fucking a dude that has a sense of imagination drier than the Sahara Desert.
Hey, bro, Andrew about to say you gonna die on that hill again, bro. You gonna die alone on that hill.
Hey, I'll die on the hill. I don't care. Hey, look, hey, I'm Kendrick. The other fucking dude is Drake because he wants to copy my whole fucking flow, bar for bar, word for word, just to prove a point.
Fucking crazy talk. Like I'm gonna move on with mine, but that's crazy talk level 99. Like that was a phenomenal storyline, the best of the entire gold. Fucking G.I. Joe, Real American Hero turns to the American enemy. Bro, that's a good storyline. Anyway,
It is, but still,
I think
you said it was the worst.
Oh man.
Anyway, all right. So mom, crazy talk. Mom was Ultimate Warrior Papa Shango, because Papa Shango, like Ultimate Warrior, was in the ring. And let me tell you how bad this was. In one segment, like the whole thing was stupid as fuck. So one segment, Warrior's in the ring. I'll never forget. I was watching it, and
wait,
he's
you talking about Kamala?
no,
Papa Shango,
Godfather.
the Godfather, when he had
okay. Yeah.
So he was like a African.
he was like a voodoo person.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why. My mindset went to Kamala.
But they both had the kind of similar face paint, but
Yeah.
But it was terrible. And so Warrior's in the ring doing this cocaine thing, and Papa Shango comes out with this smoking skull and does some voodoo words, and the Ultimate Warrior starts violently throwing up everywhere, right in the ring, man. It was awful. Even as a kid, I was like, bro, like
think of that. Hey, think of them as a tag team.
Man, Kama Mustafa was good. He had a good skill set, but that character, man, like making the Ultimate Warrior throw up all of it, man, that shit was bad. That whole storyline, he would chase him through the backstage, and Ultimate Warrior, cocaine up superhero running. It was just stupid. Anyway, fucking crazy talk. he said the Sergeant Slaughter heel turn was the worst. Going there. I just
hey, watch the Vince McMahon documentary and tell me I'm wrong.
I lived it.
He was there. We weren't even a thought yet, partner.
No, I lived it. I don't care what Vince McMahon said. That shit was over as hell. That shit was big.
Man, Operation Desert Storm. Are you kidding me?
It's the wrestling industry. You want the biggest villains out there for your superhero type characters. And what's a bigger villain than fucking G.I. Joe turning, bro? No.
Yeah, but come on. Hulk Hogan was the centerpiece of that fucking shit.
Yes. That's why it was a good storyline. Like, I'm so
killing me, Smalls.
I'm so confused right now. Like, I when you said that, I was like, this is crazy talk. Ain't as crazy as some of the stuff I've heard on villains from Army should be number 2, but
hey, pushing the envelope.
Hey, whoa. I ain't gonna say Army shouldn't be number 2 anytime soon.
No, he wanted Bryson David to be the Heisman winner.
It should be in the bottom portion of the top 25.
All right.
Same with Navy.
If you remind us, we'll do that next week. I actually like that. Matches you would like to see era versus era. If you can remember that,
matches you never got, pretty much.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You remember that? I'd love to incorporate that in next week.
Was Papa Shango the Godfather?
Yes.
Before he was the Godfather.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give me that any day of the week.
I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you.
Absolutely.
Boogeyman was ass too.
He was, but it was funny, bro. He'd pop up like, you know how Ron Simmons would just pop out of nowhere and say "damn." Like he was like the epitome of that, but bad. He would just pop up and freaking worms hanging out. I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, why are we doing this right now?
Just
for real. He was pushed in the worst way possible.
Just like when James said Umaga should have been champion.
He should have.
Hey, Andrew, you got. Hey, look, I have a job for you. You need to go back. I think we've got to be almost 10 episodes into
Bro
the show
went
at this
toe to
point.
toe with John
Listen,
Cena
listen.
multiple fucking
Hey,
times. Are you
hey.
kidding me?
And you should do this for Chris too on the other shows, but like James needs his own compilation so far in all these wrestling shows. I'll just put them all together and we can run it.
Okay, first off, compilation. Get it right, dummy. Yeah.
You know what?
Dummy, yeah.
That's some crazy dogs. This one, Umaga should have been John Cena for the chat. Who the fuck is Umaga? I had to go look him up. That's how fucking memorable this guy was.
You literally lived his entire time when he was a part of the tag team 3-minute warning. Get the fuck out of here.
Who the fuck is the 3-minute warning? Like, I don't even know who that is.
Tag team that should have been pushed, but they were pushed in the worst way possible.
That was Rosie and Jamal.
Yep.
It was two
Rosie and Umaga.
It was a thing they pushed at the beginning of the Ruthless Aggression era. It was an Eric Bischoff thing.
Yeah.
But fuck. Terrible.
I mean,
get the fuck out of here.
Oh, hey, you wanna show that freaking match graphic?
Yeah. Oh wait, I don't have it. I didn't upload it.
Damn it.
It's
cool. It was pretty much like what you would think. Like, oh, damn, I wish you would have uploaded it. But it was like this. It was an attitude. Like, okay, so you know how like obviously before shows, you guys are going over matches, like who's going over, like who's winning, who's losing. I found a picture of like an Attitude Era, like I don't remember what city it was in, but it was like a Monday Night Raw or like a Sunday Night Heat, and it went through pretty much all the matches, like circling who was gonna win and like the results and all kinds. It was a really cool talking point.
And I saved it too. I just don't know where it is.
It was cool to see like that era. Like
we'll do it next week.
Cool.
I forgot about it till just now. But yeah, that was really cool. Had Kurt Angle on there. Yeah, we'll go over that next week. That like you'll like that, James. When he sent it to me, I was like, yeah, that's really good.
I've never seen it. I don't even know how I found it. I was just scrolling. I was going through something. And I found it. I heard saved it and sent it to him. Like, we got to do something about this. Like, it's cool.
Hey, bro, like Taker said, Kurt Angle doesn't even get the flowers that he deserves. You know, like he said, he won an Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck. But to put that aside and be a fucking comedic act and everything that he did in the WWE, like, bro.
It's time for milk.
Bro, you deserve a fucking bouquet, and it's not even close.
He didn't get the bouquet, but he got plenty of Percocets though.
Oh.
Andrew had said that on another episode. He's like, yeah, plenty of Percocets.
That he did. So hey, look, there's a dude that I follow on social media. His name is Chris Van Vliet.
Yeah, he interviews everybody.
He even interviewed Kurt Angle, and he was like, bro, what was your mindset with Perk Angle? He was like, loved it. I don't know what you're talking about, I loved it.
That's how he was coping with the body pains and stuff, because it just started off with him just taking pain pills here and there, and then he was taking more and more, and then he started, when he went to TNA, everybody was like drinking backstage, and he was just drinking and mixing the freaking painkillers.
Literal months after he talked to Vince about like, hey, can I take some time off?
Dude signs with TNA.
Exactly.
Well, actually, he posted on X yesterday or the day before that you know, even though he doesn't deny it, he would like to use a different term. I can't remember what he said because it's just a dark night in his history or something. So it was really cool. There you go.
Yep. Check that out. It's literally a whole match card. They have everything circled and everything. Like, that's cool. That's
fucking crazy.
So this is all the way back in 2000. So this is a Saturday. This looks like a house show, probably. Saturday. So it's probably a show that's wait, didn't they used to have if I'm not mistaken, didn't they used to have a Saturday night show they would tape? It was like Saturday Night Mayhem or something. It wasn't the same as Raw. They would do something like that. I feel like maybe that's something that this was.
So it wasn't Saturday Night Main Event?
No, it wasn't Main Event. It was like their own spin on it. I forget.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Sunday Night Heat. It might have been that.
Yeah, but this is Saturday though.
Oh yeah.
Because I was
Maybe
watching.
Velocity.
No, Velocity wasn't around yet. Velocity came around.
Yeah. No, you're right. That was
Remember
midweek.
Remember though, they used to tape Raw on Saturdays, so this could
Yeah.
have been Raw.
So, like, look at some of the names on here. So you got Kane going over on Big Show, Kurt Angle going a triple threat for the IC title with Jericho and Benoit. You know that had to have been a freaking banger. You got Rikishi and Big Boss Man, the Dudleys and the Hardys. James Wyatt looks some.
Bro, the title ain't looking smaller. You just need to get your eyes checked. That's not an insult. That is just a fact of life. Yeah.
You got Too Cool and the Headbangers, Andrew's favorite tag team.
That what a fucking terrible match that was. Like you already know, Too Cool and Headbangers was the worst match of the night.
I love
I'm
Too
sorry,
Cool though.
I'm sorry, but Too Cool is an underrated tag team.
Too Cool was straight. I like Scotty Too Hottie, but freaking Edge and Prince Albert. Albert was horrible. Just a freaking big freaking guy for nothing. Freaking, he had all kinds of different characters with A-Train, Prince Albert, Tenkaichi, or whatever his name was. Like he did all kinds of.
Shit, that's right.
When he went to Japan, though, he won multiple titles. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch his matches, but he was big over there. He'd come back with the Japanese tattooed all over his face.
Mm-hmm. And look at freaking RIP Crash Holly, man. Hardcore champion. Crash Holly was dope.
He was.
Crash Holly was really good. Like, very underrated. Probably one of the more underrated guys on the roster.
Agreed.
And you got Jacqueline. Jacqueline was pretty good, too.
It's called Live Wire was the name of the show.
What, you said Live Wire?
Live Wire.
Okay.
Hey, look. I know you're going to say this sounds horrible.
That does sound kind of bad, though.
Because Gangrel's attached to it, but WWE Taz was ass.
They did Taz dirty, though. Like
They
he was
did.
They really did.
He was a badass in ECW, and like he had so much. Like you could have pushed him so much better. Like when they had the ECW part, like of the invasion angle. Like I feel like they just like they clowned him. And then what? Like a year later, he was on freaking commentary. I'm like, dude, like, come on, man.
Oh no, for sure. I completely agree with that. I mean, hell, even at the same time, look, I'm sorry, but the Brood is definitely up there with one of the best faction entrances of all time.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, nobody's gonna argue with that.
Nope, they don't. But
yeah, WWE did Taz dirty. Like, what the fuck?
But they did a lot of those guys dirty. We talked about it last week how they did
Oh, the
DDP.
ECW.
Like,
yeah,
like they did DDP dirty. Him like that's one guy could have did really good DDP, man. That's my freaking dog.
And Sandman. I mean,
I loved Sandman, bro. Even when he came back in like 06, I'm like, this dude is freaking badass, bro.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Andrew, you got some shit going on in Atlanta. We have Jay Uso in Atlanta. You can now call Atlanta Yeatlanta.
He's all right.
Is that because I live close to Atlanta? I'm confused.
Match quality, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I do live real close to Atlanta. It is the closest major city to me. I'm less than 2 hours away, which is why I'm an Atlanta fan in all sports. So I do love me some Atlanta. I hate to go there, but I love to watch the games. Not that Atlanta's a dirty city. When I walked down tonight, felt safe and all that, but it's the traffic, just ass, bro. Ass.
Oh yeah.
We're talking fucking 16 lanes, 8 on each side. You still would have did.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm more of a country guy myself.
Yeah, no, for sure. Look, that's why I love being a homebody. But I'll tell you what, give me Yeatlanta over Atlanta.
Oh, nah, I disagree. I'll stick with Atlanta. I'm used to that. I'm not a big fan as Jey Uso as y'all are.
I mean, he's cool. I'm not like big on him. I feel like, yeah.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you look at it, I mean, he's okay in the ring, but like they're trying to compare him to Roman Reigns, and as bad of a rap as Roman gets, and Roman's a larger than life character, and he can move in the ring. Like I'm not taking none of that away.
Jay is just really over with the crowd. He's just one of
Right.
those guys who can captivate the crowd. I mean that's something that you want. Even they might not be the greatest in the ring or whatever, like you're saying, compared to Roman. I mean, being over with the crowd definitely helps.
Hey,
Oh yeah, no, and I feel like with Jey Uso and my boy LA Knight.
Illinois.
you were making
Tell
fun of
me,
Brandon
tell
earlier.
me, tell me,
Anyways,
yeah.
my boy LA Knight. I really feel like they're trying to recreate the what chant.
Dude, look, I do mess with LA Knight because he's like a mixture of a couple of those guys. Like you see bits and pieces with different people, whether it's like Austin, Rock. It's like he just kind of took a few and he fused them into his own kind of thing.
I was actually gonna say it's like if Stone Cold and The Rock did the DBZ fusion dance and LA Knight was born.
He's good though, man. I mean, he's been around for a long time. He's been around since like the early 2000s.
Oh
if not the
yeah,
90s.
he's been around since the TNA days.
I mean,
Oh, since even way before that.
he's really
Oh,
over
yeah.
with the crowd too. I said he's really over with the crowd too.
Oh, he's
for
way
sure.
over. Like, it took them forever to even put a singles title on him. Like, honestly, like, you could have. I understand you wanted Cody, and I'm not the biggest into the current product, and I understand you wanted Cody to get over by beating Roman, but like, you could have put the strap on LA Knight. You really could have. Like, nobody would have been mad at that. Like, he was so freaking over, bro.
He was, bro, at Crown Jewel.
He was.
I
hella
wouldn't have
over.
even been mad.
Take it from Gunther, then.
Speaking
Give
of-
him the big gold.
Speaking of that, I got a freaking somebody bought me this. My old job, my assistant manager bought me one of these. It's got a signature on it because she knew I liked them, so that was pretty cool.
All right. Well, final thoughts, Brandon.
Final thoughts, man. The episode ended really quick. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
I need more subject matter.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I mean, we ran through those really quick today, and I think a lot of it was because y'all didn't live the golden era, so you didn't have a lot of feedback on it. You know, just what you went back and saw. For me, it was, I saw it, just like y'all did with like the ruthless aggression era. Man, I didn't watch it, so I had to go back and see, and I didn't have a lot of insight to it. So, I get it. It was before we go, James, one thing you did miss in a cage match, coming out or getting out the door, Bret Hart and AJ Styles.
Oh man.
And then we got one to up it after.
Man, that is a tough matchup, but biasy aside, I'm gonna have to go with Bret Hart because he was dubbed the excellence of execution for a reason.
Now I got one to up that with. Take Bret out and put Shawn Michaels in there. Now who are you gonna take? That's the kicker.
I'm still gonna have to go with Shawn Michaels. I mean, he's called the showstopper for a reason.
That match would be a banger though. Like I wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't even be mad if AJ would win that match. And we're not talking about like long hair. We're not talking about long hair AJ. We're talking about like prime AJ from TNA.
Yeah,
I was about to say prime TNA AJ versus prime Shawn Michaels. Oh my! Look, I'm sorry. I even watched TNA during its prime days, but I'm sorry. Give me prime Shawn Michaels any day of the week.
I know y'all didn't really watch it, but like, dude, like if you ever get an opportunity to go back and really just watch some of that, it's worth it. Like it was a really good alternative product. And honestly, the vibe was way different. They had a really good freaking roster. I know it was a lot of old WWE guys, but it didn't feel like that. Like, you know how you turn on like a newer product like AEW, and you're like, oh, all they got is a bunch of old WWE guys in there. But the vibe there was just different. Like it was just cool. The storylines were good. I don't know. It was a really cool time. If you didn't want to watch Raw and SmackDown, I mean, you had a show almost every day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, and they were on Thursday. I mean, it was really good.
I mean, I completely agree. I mean, look, if you didn't want to watch Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown, TNA was a place to go. Like, look, they had all the people that were big in the Attitude Era going over to TNA and everything like that. And, you know, TNA was like, hey, we want to compete with WWE in the Monday Night Raw Wars rating the same way that WCW competed.
Yeah, but see, this is like it was way better before that. They bit off too much. Where they messed up was Dixie didn't need to bring Hogan in because once she brought, don't get me wrong, Hogan, give him respect where it's deserved. But when they brought Hogan in, that's when the tide started to turn in the wrong way. Because then you start bringing in all these other guys. You brought Russo back. You brought Bischoff back. They were doing too much before they went to tried to do the Monday night slot. When they were on Thursday on Spike, it was really good. And it wasn't even just the WWE guys. They had a lot of really good guys who had been around. Christopher Daniels had been in like ECW, WWE, freaking WCW. Really good. And a lot of homegrown talent too. AJ Styles,
we had a war between Jay Lethal and fucking Ric Flair.
AJ Styles, I don't know if you know, James, but AJ Styles was in WCW before they shut down.
Yeah,
he was.
No shit.
He was. He was very young, and he even had like a couple of trial matches with WWF at one point. And then when Jeff Jarrett created TNA, he brought him over.
Yeah. No, like I definitely remember some of the matches that he had in WWE. But man, in WCW, that's crazy.
It was at the very end. It was like 2000, like 2001, like right before they closed the doors. AJ was like kind of in that cruiserweight. Who was left of that cruiserweight division? Because most all the good guys were gone by that point. But yeah, he was there. Like, and that was really cool, man. To see Jeff Jarrett in his bag. You never got to see dude in his bag, and he got there and he just went crazy, dog. Like you thought it was crazy. Look, you thought it was crazy with him hitting him with the guitar. He was smacking everybody with that guitar in TNA, bro. He did not care. He's like, I'm
pretty sure he smacked China with that guitar.
And then he gets the NWA title. He's like, nope, I'm not letting it go. I'll hit anybody with a guitar. Nope. He was good. I love Double J. Double J's the GOAT, bro.
Yeah, Double J's great. The most underrated wrestler of all time.
His theme song, I don't know if y'all ever heard it, but his My World theme song is freaking dope.
Ooh, I might have to look that up. I ain't even gonna lie.
Watch, I got you. Hold on. Let's see.
Are you gonna play it?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Let's see. I got like a whole playlist. Let's see. Where is Jeff Jarrett at? There we go. Let's see.
That was in WCW?
This is TNA.
Oh, wow.
I remember him coming out to Ain't I Great?
Man,
It's some country music played.
That's a good entrance.
Dude, they had some good theme songs too, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Kurt Angle's TNA theme was really dope too. Like,
oh my God. Was it ever?
That was a fun show, y'all. Next week we may need to expand. We'll do 5 and 5. We'll do a commercial break, and then we'll have a couple of like we just did. We'll have a couple of random, like the one thing that Terry said earlier. I'd like to do that, like era versus era, because like we just had one. Shawn Michaels.
Ooh, I got another idea. How about we make and obviously have to come up with something. How about we do like a hypothetical, like you book your dream pay-per-view, but everybody gets like a match or two on the card, same card, and we put matches together and see, like, that'd be cool. So like, say if you wanted to do like an Attitude Era versus like a Golden Era card, everybody gets to pick like 2 matches each. And we can kind of go down the line and be like, okay, this person would win, this person would win.
Man, I'll tell you what, I more so have what is it? The Alliance versus WWE matchup set up.
Yeah, that'd be a cool one too.
Oh
So-
my god.
So yeah, let's each submit 2 matches. Make sure that we don't cross characters because we only want 1 match per character. We'll have 6.
Yeah, you'd have a 6 match. Yeah.
We have 6 matches next week. We won't tell each other who we would pick and how we would book it, and we'll just surprise each other next week. But we'll definitely coerce for what the matches are.
Yeah. And we got to pick the different errors or whatever. We'll figure it out. But I think it'd be a cool idea.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think we go over it in the group chat and like, hey, make a list.
Yeah.
I would assume you would have to somebody has to be the moderator and be like, hey, this person's already picked. That way it's like, okay, now I know I can't pick this person. This would be my alternate person to fill that slot. Like something like that.
I think you'd be a fantastic moderator, Brandon.
Oh shit.
Ooh, I actually have somebody from WCW lined up.
Because I mean, just so y'all know, Brandon does most of the work on this show behind the scenes. He picks all the stuff, he sends it to us, does the intros, the thumbnails. So like most of this work is Brandon's. We just kind of show up and give our opinion. So that's why I asked him to do it, not that I was being a dick, just so y'all know.
It's fun. It's fun because I get to kind of, especially something like this, like the sky's the limit. My opinion.
I agree. Well,
I agree as well.
Final thoughts, Brandon.
Man, this is fun. Like I love my show. I love all y'all shows, but I'm sorry, this is the best show in my opinion.
I agree. I love the show.
It's just I don't know what it is. It just feels like the rest of them it's fun, but like this one I feel like I can just really just lay back and I can just really just cut up.
I agree.
Only on the Villain Sports Media Network.
That's right. Where else can we find you before we go to James?
If you want to hit your Google search, Yahoo search, anything, search Football Frame of Mind. We are live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Daily uploads on YouTube. YouTube is really popping. If you're not just a YouTube guy, check out all major social media platforms. We do streaming as well via YouTube, Twitch, and whatnot, whether it's football games. I do streaming on the network as well with other kind of games. And if you're more of an audio guy, make sure you hit us up on all major audio platforms. You won't be disappointed.
All right, James, final thoughts.
Man, oh man. Look, aside from Monday Night Raw, I love tuning in to this show every Monday freaking night. We get to express our opinions, and obviously there's reasons behind it, and I'm probably one strike away of
looking for a spot to fill. Looking for a spot to fill. Hint, hint. In the comments section below.
But I'll tell you what, my terminal leave has started. Mr. Brandon, be sure to be on the lookout for more streaming sport video games, or hell, even more open field video games, whether it's The Legend of Zelda, The Twilight Princess, Grand Theft Auto 5, oh my God, the Batman Arkham Origins. I mean, look, the list goes on and on. It's on the horizon, baby.
Ooh. Tell them about Saturday, James. Tell them about Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes. How could I? Thank you.
How could you forget? What is wrong with you?
Oh,
You're in your crazy talk bag and you forgot the best part.
You right. You absolutely right. Thank you for holding me accountable. This Saturday, the Royal Rumble kicks off, and I'm doing a live stream, and you're not going to want to miss it. If you thought that UFC 311 did fucking numbers, wait until you tune in to the fucking Royal Rumble. You're not gonna want to miss it. The card is stacked, especially for the men's Royal Rumble.
It's gonna be lit. I'm gonna try to be in there too, so it's gonna be fun.
All right.
We
So,
can watch it and freaking see all the eliminations in live time. Oh yeah, and then Andrew's gonna be like, "Nope, don't spoil it."
do not tell me anything.
Hey,
He gonna
open
cut up,
invitation.
bro.
The invitation is open for every single one of y'all.
Mhm.
I'm not going. I'll be at work and I'm not watching. I will share y'all. I will check it on the numbers and stuff like that. But when I come home that night, I'm off the next day. I'm gonna stay up till 2 a.m. and I'm gonna watch it. I mean, like I want to watch it without knowing anything.
Mhm.
It is the one event I watch every single year, and I do not. You can spoil any other one, even WrestleMania, but not this one.
You gonna lose a friend that day, bro. He gonna block you, cut you off, everything, bro.
Hey, look, like I said, we all have different schedules, and hey, they're not going to measure up. But look, it is what it is. But at the same fucking time, be sure to tune in for the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Yes.
So, you can catch me Thursday night on Villains. College Sports Villains, man. If you get your feelings hurt easily, don't come watch it. Wednesday night, Divine Battleground. Something that I'm very passionate about. Brandon
This Wednesday.
Huh?
This Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
I need to go on to the show. Fuck.
If you could get on, you're welcome. If your schedule lines up, come on. We're going on.
I promise you, my schedule is going to line up.
I think I get off at 8.
I'm on terminal leave, baby.
So I think we'll have to go live at 9 on Wednesday.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. So so with that being said, hey, until next time, as always, John 3:16.